these two men, one of them Paddy O'Shea, and there they are, coming together to wish each other luck. They know each other so well. Both of them very relaxed at the press conference launching the Leinster final during the week. Paddy saying that everything he knew about football he learned from that man, and the familiar figure of Mick O'Dwyer with the midfield, where he resumes his successful partnership with Noel Garvin. Kevin Fitzpatrick, who struggled in the semi-final, moves to left corner forward. Chris Conway is left half forward. Brian McDonald in the centre. Partnership which has got the team here, Gary Dolan and David O'Shaughnessy. There's just one change from the win over Wexford. Fergal Wilson is recalled to the 15 in place of David Mitchell, who's on the bench. Chris Conway, the Laois captain, just moving out a shot there. Great colour.
Well done to Joe Higgins last year. He's broke the mould and the mascots are back.
Well, whoever that young man is, he'll remember it for a long time, standing beside Colin Byrne. He looks like a Higgins. The Higgins twin way to the Leinster final last year, not in the same order, but some people a little bit superstitious about that and thought that was a good omen for Westmeath today.
Clinical, you'd have to say it's only on 20 minutes of a performance against a Meath team that we now know. Keep an eye on them because they're most interesting. In fact, Donald Donoghue has now gone centre back. So straight away, full back out, and we have a corner man marking Colin Parkinson.
And the 2004 Leinster Senior Football Final underway. Gary Dolan getting involved straight away. Here's Dennis Glennon, a very mobile full forward. Darren Rooney halting the attack, but then Dolan is... So Wilson looking for the first point of this final. Oh, he's got it as well, an absolute teach field. And that is where he is. Ian Fitzgerald in possession by Fitzpatrick, and then Dannett comes back in for Westmeath. Here's Parkinson. Just panicked a little bit. Chris Conway trying to retrieve it for Laois. Unable to do it. Fennelly, Ross Munnelly. Super game against Meath in the semi-final. Kevin Fitzpatrick. Now Colin Parkinson making his move, John Keane with him. Parkinson had the jersey pulled, looking for options. Conway to Pádraig Clancy. Never seems to score an ordinary point, they're always spectacular. Here's Bino McDonald trying to curl it in, and he's done it. That's a great score. Bino punching it down. Ross Munnelly, Noel Garvin, Laois getting into their stride. And Westmeath are under pressure here. Chris Conway marking his slack. Ross Munnelly takes his point. No real pressure on Ross Munnelly.
To find their bearings, they're trying to pick up their men, and the early movement is just losing them.
Dennis Glennon. Colin Byrne is the Laois fullback. Glennon doing well. Conway. Alan Mangan. Real star against Wexford. Here's Des Dolan. Always seems to star for them. Dolan pulling it back across. Morley underneath it. Clancy there too. Brilliant from Pádraig Clancy. But the two managers said if the players wanted to go and catch the ball around the middle, they'd do it. Clancy getting back and helping the defence. Here's Noel Garvin. Garvin over the head of Parkinson and Darren Rooney, the Laois dual star. Really has come on. Here's Tom Kelly getting forward. Kelly takes the shoulder from Donald O'Donoghue. Chris Conway. Look at the space. The marking is just not up to it from Westmeath. Now they close down Fitzpatrick, but he goes by.
Nicely, because any team coached by Mick O'Dwyer will be very comfortable with the ball in their hand and their hand passing routine. Another good.
Munnelly stealing a few yards, and he hasn't caught that one. Have settled. Fitzgerald took too many steps though. Moving Colin Byrne, the Laois fullback out, and Glennon's pace has beaten the Laois fullback. Glennon's still there. Here's Des Dolan, has more support. Dolan blocked down by Darren Rooney through this game. Parkinson on top that time, but Westmeath in the match. Glennon again is the target. Mangan and Dolan ahead of him. It's played in towards Des Dolan. Dolan with Fennelly behind him, and the referee will...
this will be a hop. Yep.
Yeah. Throw front of Damien Healy. Ross Munnelly there, and they just made it a little bit too. We thought at this stage that man would have got a point or two. 10 minutes in, Dolan. Oh dear, well, it's fallen kindly for Westmeath. Here's Paul Conway, such an experienced performer, but Mangan from an almost impossible angle, and he could do nothing with it. And Joe Higgins is still rolling around on the ground. Laois are at them again. Noel Garvin. This time it's Bina McDonald is furthest forward. McDonald has Parkinson outside, well blocked down by Damien Healy, but it might still come for Chris Conway. Well taken, the Laois captain. It seemed to have broken down.
He goes, and it's a lovely point. Chris Conway all the way over the bar. Their heartbreak.
He is usually extremely reliable from this sort of range. Monaghan hasn't caught it. Well claimed by Gary. Still coming. Here's Kevin Fitzpatrick. Really has done well for Laois. Lots of air on that, but it's gone. Oh, Higgins, Dennis Glennon, they need this to go over. It has. And for all Laois's good football, Westmeath are... But Ennis is a pacey player. Monaghan trying for another one from play. He's got it. That is a really good score from Ron.
For a kid dog, and he's soloing fairly hard, and that's a difficult angle, and that's a fantastic point.
In the 2004 championship, he scored. This to move to within 2. It's going to hang, and it's ultimately going to short. Torrid Clancy had a real lash at that. We weren't giving him an awful lot of space, but well, what's going to happen with this? It's another wide. Alan Mangan is through the middle, and Byrne just hasn't got the pace to cope with Glennon. Glennon's still going. Point.
Maybe right if he wanted to bring. We watch it here now in the replay. You can see number 13 moving in very nicely, and Alan Mangan gets that ball. He's got.
Can he make a dramatic impact? Well, the answer is 3. And for a cornerback who's marking a player who is going to cause problems during the course of the day, yellow card at this early stage is not good news.
Yeah, a point very well made. We've spoken about it before. Like a marquee player like Parkinson and McDonald, these fellas, you can't be near them. You can't afford to give yellow against them.
Now McDonald has it. Des Dolan making it awkward for him. Joe Higgins. Him a lot of room. Will he be punished? Derek Heaven, chance for him to get forward. Here's Rory O'Connell. Aidan Fennelly coming out to him. Here's Des Dolan. Hasn't scored so far in this Leinster final. Rory O'Connell. Glennon has got 2. Glennon goes around Byrne. They'll have to switch it. Glennon has put that wide. See, will he get past Byrne this time? Byrne holding him up. Not getting a challenge in. Alan Mangan with Tom Kelly, who's been number at the bottom of your screen, with the number in the county of your man of the match selection. Details will be given in the Sunday game tonight. Here's Dolan for Westmeath. There'll have to be a lot of curl on that for it to work. It's going to drop short. Again, well claimed by Torrid Clancy. Anytime he goes up for the ball, he seems to claim it. Parkinson is there in support. It's now with Colin Parkinson. Keane standing off him. Monaghan, they wait for the moment, but that isn't going to be it. Glennon with Byrne, and Byrne is fouling him there. Free in. A bit further out, but suits the left-footed kicker, looking for his second point, and he's got it. It's certainly not the best game we've seen. Chance for Fergal Wilson, looking for one from play, taken by Alan Mangan. Would love to get on the score sheet. Byron working for it. Dolan is there too. That was into Des Dolan. They're just a very ordinary start for Westmeath. Laois really tore into them. Desi Dolan. Glennon makes a move again. It's Tom Kelly who seems to be picking up Glennon now. O'Shaughnessy. Has he the confidence to have a go? Glennon has had a go and it hasn't been good. Here's Dolan to give Westmeath the lead. Hangs an awful long time, and he's done it. A Westmeath lead for this. McDonald has Monaghan inside. McDonald has put it over. That's a very fine point. Didn't seem to hit it.
The correct response, the one they required, the one they needed, and no better man than Bino. Yeah, he didn't hit it too hard, but when these fellas, they
50 minutes. More danger for Westmeath. Here's Chris Conway, the captain. That's very high. It's going to be a tight call. It's been signalled. This was the chance from Chris Conway. Really impossible to tell. He's got a lot of space from Fennelly. In towards Glennon. Could Glennon score? Great goalkeeping. Byron. Oh dear, that's Shane Cook, who's not on the park. Where Dennis Glennon really gave him some serious difficulty. Poised at half-time, 6 points apiece. Bad wide from Michael Lawler. That's their 7th in total.
Yeah, and a bad start for Laois, because Mick Lawler will be disappointed with that. We haven't seen a lot of him, but Mick is a very experienced player and a very good player as well, and he will be disappointed with a miss.
Clancy and O'Connell both went for it. Here's Paul Conway. Lifts it forward. Tom Kelly out in front of Dennis Glennon. We haven't been able to say that about too many of the Laois defenders, particularly when Colin Byrne was on. Munnelly allowed to carry it a long way. Here's Pádraig Clancy. Clancy cutting back in, running into Heaven. He's still in possession. Colin Parkinson. Bina McDonald on the left boot. Oh, that seemed to be going wide, but there's somebody, and that somebody is Michael Lawler. Lawler drilling it in. Derek Heaven is with Chris Conway. Free in, certain point on the way. And is there a card to put Laois in front again? Never really any doubt about it. His first point of the Leinster final. Higgins gives him a yard or two. Dolan has Wilson behind. Did Wilson play that on the ground? Got the foot in underneath. Damien Healy. Finally went looking for it. Clancy went for the spectacular at the minute. That's Michael Ennis in front of him, and Mullany decides to take him on. No foul. Gets back to his feet. Rooney forced a bit wide, and Fergal Wilson has gone back with him. Here's Mick Lawler. Lawler trying to get back inside. Davitt with him. Damien Healy there. It broke loose. Scored 2 points. He's been troubled by injury in this game, and he's going to go for the point. Mick Lawler. Wow. What a fantastic score. Healy appeared to have held him up. He knows all.
He's a very clever footballer. He has left and right foot. He's lovely balance, and he kicks a lovely.
Pádraig Clancy, nobody around him. Back into Conway. Great block from O'Donoghue. A little bit of a breeze getting up now. If anything, it's facing into Chris Conway. Couldn't put it over. Fallon, talk about impact subs. If he can do it, no, he can't. Des Dolan for Westmeath. They really need this to go over. And he's got it. A lot of pressure on Paul Conway. Conway bursting through. Dolan is trying to get free. Here's Joe Fallon on the right boot. Oh, wow. Normally a left-footed kicker.
Them over with the left. I can assure you, I've never seen him swing them with the right. He just throws it up and has a big...
2 from 4 attempts for Westmeath's place kicker. And he loves it. Hadn't even gone over the bar, and he was running away from it. Dolan knew the moment he's Parkinson getting in there, and Michael Ennis, Ross Munnelly, and here comes Colin Parkinson. Parkinson been closed down. Oh, never any doubt about that. Still pressure. Glennon is waiting inside. Lots of support in tight, and Fallon has found a gap, and he's bursting through. Joe Fallon for Westmeath. Great point. What a difference he's made. Saturday, Laois and Westmeath want to finish it today, and Clancy, well, it's going to still be in play. Gary Connaughton, well taken. But Glennon has got through for Westmeath. Takes his point. Laois giving it plenty. That looks really good. It's gone over. That's a fantastic score.
Point.
Talk about lifting your team up. Rooney coming forward. This is brilliant.
This is a great score. Darren Rooney, their hurler and footballer, not noted for long-range points, but what a time to hit a big one.
Dolan cutting back inside. He really likes it, and Glennon has put it over.
And he's allowing it. Pat McEnany is allowing it. He got in.
Sent this one over, but Glennon followed in.
I actually thought it was going over, and that it was silly for Glennon to go in after it. Well, it's up in the air a long time, so that always gives you a good...
Running straight into Donald Donoghue. One brick wall hitting the other. Scored an important goal against Wexford is on. Bina McDonald has got another free for Laois.
Big one here now too, Dara.
Shane Cook for Laois. Make good contact, and he's put it wide. Been pulled by John Keane. Parkinson still going. Now he's fouled. Keane on the yellow card. Free in and the ground this time from Cook. Hit with a lot of care. Hit with accuracy, and the white flag has gone up. And we are Mick Lawler. A chance of a goal. He's got away from O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue got back at him strongly. Lawler is surrounded. Cook is in there. The referee has penalised the Laois man. It's a free out. He played the ball on the ground. Had support from Cook, but for a moment, just a moment. Going to try and work something with Gary Kavanagh. Colin Parkinson, and that's fallen kindly for Westmeath. Can they get their noses in front again? Conway closed down by Rooney. The chance still there for Dennis Glennon. He's put it over. Westmeath lead again. Michael Ennis with the line ball. Stolen to give them a cushion. Oh dear, that's a to Brian Morley. Oh, Westmeath kicking this away. I know they're still. And O'Connell, their battle continues. Here comes Paul McDonald to Pádraig Clancy. Parkinson in there. Parkinson got a hand to it. Here's Shane Cook. O'Donoghue is with him. Somehow O'Donoghue again manages to win tension, and it's Westmeath who lead by a point. Cook is inside, but there's Gary Kavanagh. That's a bad miss. As we get their name off that list, or will Laois put together back-to-back Leinster crowns? Kevin Fitzpatrick with the free. Oh, crucially, Parkinson losing out to John Keane. Now here's O'Donoghue again up from fullback. Oh dear, oh dear. Leinster crown. We're going to have 3 additional minutes at the end of what's been an enthralling Leinster final. Surely will be 1 or 2 more twists before it's over. Shane Cook of Laois. Look at Pádraig O'Shea down there. Mick O'Dwyer is close to the action too. Here's Joe Higgins up from cornerback. Bina McDonald, Lawler, and now inside to Darren Rooney. Rooney goes with the fist. Scored a great point already with the boot. They've got to get an equaliser, and they'd probably grab a draw off you at this late stage. Will they do it? They've got options here. Chris Conway, the captain, has equalised. The Leinster champions are back on terms again.
Won't score a more crucial one unless he gets the winner here today, because they have been struggling.
Coming head-to-head with their respective counties. O'Dwyer came out on top in the 98 All-Ireland semi-final as Kildare beat. A really titanic struggle, but we have to come back here next Saturday for the replay. We won't have a winner today. It's been a super game. Really good stuff. They've played their part. The players